the math of egoism. Other sciences, such as physics, engage in measurements or involve measurements in terms of mathematical measurements, weights and numbers and things like that. And in ethics, the measurement is made in terms of telos, in terms of goals and ends that you're trying to achieve. And you make a teleological measurement or calculation with respect to your values by looking at or being aware of what's most important to you and what's less important to you. And that enables you to make precise value calculations or precise calculations about what actions you should take in life to make your life the best it can be. And the hierarchy of values, once established, enables you to engage in these kinds of calculations. And I call this the math of egoism. And math I put in quotes because it's not literally math. What you're doing here is there's mathematical measurement and there's teleological measurement. And a teleological measurement is basically a measurement with respect to the order of importance of your values. But they're no less precise. These kinds of measurements, once you have your value hierarchy organized, can be literally as precise as the kinds of measurements that are taken in other sciences or kinds of measurements that are made in other sciences. But in order to get to the point where you can make those kinds of measurements, you have to think, you have to do the thinking to organize your values in a way that's exactly the kind of life that at this time you are aiming to achieve through your actions. Once you have that, then you can engage in the math of egoism. One final element of the math of egoism is the principle of non-sacrifice, and that is basically the negative form of the principle of value hierarchy. The principle of value hierarchy holds that you should establish your hierarchy of values and pursue your values accordingly. And the principle of non-sacrifice says you should not sacrifice a greater value for the sake of a lesser value. And this again shows the preciseness that you can achieve when you think about ethics or egoism in terms of a science.